So let's show you our little treat box that we are going to make here. So again, we're using the Love is in the Air collection of papers, and we've got a little box of treats here. So this is quite an easy one to do. I've got all the measurements, so I'll give you the measurements as we go along. I made myself a template so that I knew what I was doing, because you know what it's like when you're busy and you've got lots of kind of measurements to think about and remember. So I've taken a piece of our A4 linen card, and what I need to do is cut this down. I'll bring in my template just to show you. We want to create this shape to make the box. So what we need to do, we need to cut this down to 20 centimetres by 25. So I'm going to cut it in 25 centimetres in length. So we'll line that up to 25, and we'll bring that in just to make sure that we are right there. Now then, 27 I think it should be. I beg your pardon, it should be 27, not 25. I've not added my 2 on there. I did think when I looked at that then, I think we need to double check that, but that's okay. So 27 by 20. So we turn that round that way, and again, when we put that on there now, we can see we need it to be 20. So let's do that. Let's chop that down to 20 there. Bring in our template just to make sure, and it's always good to make yourselves a template. It really is, because as you know, we have our template library, and it's an invaluable piece of equipment, for want of a better word. So let's just move the guillotine over there for a second, and then we're going to bring in the scoreboard. Okay. Okay.
The biggest scoreboard in the world.
The biggest scoreboard in the world, yeah. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to do some scoring. Now you'll see this is a different shape, but obviously this is where we need to do some cutting as well. So I'll explain that as we go through. So what we want to do, and I'm going to turn this over so I've got the right side facing down for when I do the score lines. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to score in at 7. So we're going to go 7. I'm just going to pop that there for a second. So we're going to go down at 7. And then we're going to go at 9.
Yeah.
And then we're going to score at 16. That's because if we had 9 and 7, it makes 16.
Yeah.
Obviously, we want the front and the middle section to be the same as the back as well. So we score at 16 and we score at 18. Okay, so really what we're doing is this is identical to this. We're just moving that way. And then what we need to do is we need to score at 25, like that. Okay, so you can see now, if I tilt it a little bit, you'll be able to see. Yeah. So 7, 9, 16 and 18 and 25. Then we need to turn it on the board, like this. And we're going to score again. Whatever size box you're doing with the sides, and you want a lid, or you want the sections to come in and tuck in to close the box, you need to keep that same depth of 2 centimetres all the way around. So again, we're going to score here now at 2.
Yep.
And then we're going to score at 4. And then we are going to move along quite a bit, and we are going to score at, and I'll tell you here because I've not written this on. I think we're going to go at 2 and 4, and we're going to go at 16. I don't know why I didn't write that on there, but anyway. And then 18.
18, yeah.
Okay. It's pretty kind of, you know, it sits in your mind because you know we're going 2 centimetres up and 2 centimetres down. Yeah. Okay, so we've got that now. So this is why it's always good to do a template. So once you've done that, cut it in white, put your measurements on, keep that, pop that in your drawer or in your template library even, because then you've got that, and you know then you can come back to it, because you make so many things that what happens then is you come back and you go, I can't remember where I need to cut. Where am I cutting on this? So the template then gives you a good indication as to where you need to cut. So what we're going to do, bring the scissors in. You can do it on your paper trim if you want to, but I always like to do it on with my scissors, because then I've got time to stop if I'm having a bit of doubt. So what we want to do then, we want to cut up this line here, the 2 centimetre line, and stop there. So if I leave the template there, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to cut there, and then I'm going to cut here. I'm just tilting it slightly so I can see the score line against the light. Okay, so we're going to do that. And if you bring that in again then now, you can see we need to cut these 2 squares off. So I need to cut up there as well. So it's this line, that line, and this line. And then what we're going to do, we're going to snip off those squares like that, and this one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut these into a little V.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of a half V there, if you like. That just gives us a little fold for the lid to go in. And then we do exactly the same at this end. So you can just mirror what you've done there. So again, up there, up the first line, up the second line, and then up the third line. And I'm doing it kind of slowly so you can take all this in and you can see exactly what I'm doing. I was sent a picture by the marketing team saying we'd like to make something, you know, that looks like a treat box.
Yeah.
And they send you pictures for inspiration and things, but you know, I feel like it's always important not to copy everyone else.
No, but do your take on it, isn't it?
Yes, it's nice to do your own take. I mean, I'm happy for you to copy whatever I'm doing on here, and that's allowed because if I'm actually making this template and I want you to use it and do it yourself, then obviously I'm happy for you to do this because I've done this from scratch by thinking, how would I do that? How would I fold it? How would I make an aperture in it? So I'm more than happy for you to do that. Right, so let's turn that round now and then show you exactly which bits we cut off here next. So you can see now we don't need this bit here and we don't need this bit here. And we've already got a score line along there. So that's where we're going to cut. We're going to cut all this off. And as we cut it and then we start to fold it, you will see exactly how we got to that point. And once you've done a template like this yourself and you've figured it out, you go, right, I've got it now. I think that's right. And if you want to tweak it, you can. But then you'll be really pleased with yourself. And even if you then do this yourself and you copy off this, you will still be happy that you've done it because then you've got a template. Okay, so we've got that now. So that one will go in your drawer, in your wallet, or in your folder, and you will keep that.
Yeah.
Now, if I bring in the original here, what I wanted to do was do a box, but with a lid, so it's like a card. It's like a box in a card, if you like. And you can put whatever you want to in here. You could even fold up a nice tie and put a tie in there.
That's a nice idea, yeah.
So you could do that. So what I want to do, I need to make sure now when I put my aperture in where the aperture is going to go.
Yeah.
So this here is the card bit. Now what I'm going to do is turn it over because, no, I'm not going to keep it that way. I was just checking the right side for the linen because this looks like it's the right side. When you turn it over, you'll see it's the other side. Right, so this is the bit that's going to come over here. So this is our side and this is going to be the front. So this will fold over. So this is the bit that needs the aperture, and we're going to cut an aperture in here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take our die here, but before we do that, we've got 2 pieces of paper. So what I want to do, turn the right way, I want to put this paper on this piece first of all. So I want to pop that onto there and then cut my aperture out of both, so it's going to go through both.
Yeah.
So we'll tape that on, and I'm just going to do this all over with my tape runner. Make sure, whether you're taping it or you're gluing it, make sure that you put plenty on and cover the whole of the sheet, because if you do it like that, when you cut your aperture out, you will find that your paper might lift because it's not right to the edge. And also, we want to use the piece that we're cutting out as well. So let's pop this then. Right, I'm just going to double check here that I'm doing this on the right side because I don't want to do it the wrong way around. If I open this,
Yeah.
okay, this will give you a clue. Again, this is always helpful to do. So I don't need to actually open the bottom. So this is the piece here, you see? And then this is the piece that's going to go down and connect to this bit that we bring round, if that makes sense. So you just need to make sure that that's where that aperture is going to be cut from. So we'll pop our paper on there, and that will just be, it will just fit just in between the score lines that I did. So I've cut it slightly smaller than the 7 centimetres.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so that then we've got a little bit of an edge showing. And so what we're going to do now is we are going to pop this through the machine, and we're going to cut that out. So let's bring the plates in. I'm going to do it on the Gemini, and we're going to make sure we've got I'm going to pop the magnetic sheet in as well. I don't know if I really need it, but we have got some tiny holes on this die.
Yes.
And we need to make sure that they're cut out just to give us that pattern. I pop that through there, and then we can lift that off, and we can then use that piece that's come out of the aperture to go on the front of the project. There we go. Okay, so if we pop this out now, perfect. I think that's because we've put the sheet in there, the magnetic sheet. We'll just peel that off carefully, like that. Okay, so what we need to do now is we are going to use this on the front section. So we'll keep that to one side for now. Now I've already cut using that die and the outer die, and I'll just explain this to you. To create the frames. If you use that, cut those together from a contrast, you will end up with a little frame like that, and then that frame is going to go onto there. Now if at this point you want to put some acetate on and make it like a window or a shaker window, then what I would do is say put your acetate on the back before you actually fold it. Okay, so let's just do that on there, and just make sure that fits on the right way, like that, and that gives you that nice little frame just around your window, like that. Okay, there we go. So now what we can do, just move the plate over there, and we can start to fold now. So let's fold along all the score lines, like that. Now then, because linen card has got a white core, I could see that it was kind of showing through in some areas. So I used that to my advantage by sanding the edges to make it look a little bit more vintage-like. And you'll see that in a second when I do a little bit of sanding, how that will work. Okay, so we'll do this one here. So you need to just go along all your score lines like that, just burnish those. And you'll fold these in. I like to always fold them in first of all, just with my fingers really, and then burnish them once I've done that, just so I know that they're lined up like that. And then that one needs a little bit of a burnish, and then this one as well. So let's just pop that one there, and then this one here, and then that one. So now all our score lines are burnished. And when we know, oh, one more, left one more there. Let's just do that one. There we go. That's just at the edge there where we cut the aperture from. Okay. So what we do now is we bring this in. We need to fasten this bit to here. So what you can do is just tilt that over, because that needs to fasten along there. So we're going to do that now, and we'll do that with some red tape, just because we want that to hold in place. Now it's up to you whether you put your tape on this bit or you put it on that bit. As long as you've got some somewhere, then that's good. Okay, so we'll do a thick piece there, like that, and then we will do I'm going to do a smaller piece as well, just to make sure it sits nice and securely on there. Okay, now I just need to find my pokey tool. There it is. And so we take that off there, and we take that off there, and that will just sit along there. So you can just basically hold that there like that, and then bring that across so it kind of sits. And then what you can do is you can just go in there with your fingers and give it a little press down. Okay, so then what we want to do, now because I'm going to put slide a piece of paper in there, I am going to trim a little bit of this off here, like that, and that will tuck. So that will now tuck in there, like that, and then I'm going to slide this piece of paper inside, and I'm going to just pop a tiny little bit of our dotted tape, because it won't grab straight away, it gives us time to manoeuvre it. And what will happen then, you will see with that you get your rolls showing through there as well. So even when it's empty, you'll see that. And then what we're going to do, so we've not got much left to do now, we're just going to, if you take your sanding block, just go along the edges and really bring that white out of there, like that. So it makes it quite vintage looking, like it's worn, like it's an old box. Okay, like that. And then what we're going to do, just trim that little bit off there, a bit of paper there. Okay, so that is now the box. And then to do the front, we're going to bring this piece in that we cut from the Aperture. And what we're going to do, we're going to cut this in half, and we're going to lay it in place on the front of the box. Obviously, because of the length of it, it's not going to go all the way down from the top to the bottom. So what we're going to do is just guess roughly where halfway is, like that, and we're just going to chop there, okay? And then this bit will go on the bottom at the front. So again, just do your tacky glue on there. That will go there, right to the bottom. And then this one will go at the top. And obviously you can take your time doing this. You can go a little bit slower than I am. We just need to get it done in the time we've got. And then obviously that will come down there. So as long as you've got them like roughly in the middle, like that. And then we're bringing in our little heart here that we've got. And what I've done, I've used the die that we used in the first demo, that little scalloped heart. And we're going to pop that on with some pads. So let me bring my pads in here. We just pop that on one or two of the foam pads, like that, so it lifts it up. And then we're going to do a tiny bit of decoupage. I've got all my pieces cut. So what you'll see is I've put this one down on pads, and then the second layer I've also put on pads, and then the third layer I've put on pads. And that's basically just using the scraps that were left over from my card. So you can see that will sit on there like that. And then this one is that section which I've cut out just with my scissors. That one will go just on the edge there like that. And then I've cut a rose as well from another bit of the paper, and the rose will just sit on there. And then all I need to do then is just make sure that my box lid goes over the top there, and there you go. There you have your little box, and we can close that one up now. You can put some treats in. There you go. And those are your little boxes, an empty one and a full one. Quite easy to do, but remember, if you do it, make yourself a template, because it's really useful then to bring it back in and use it for something else.